you'd have to shop in the dark. Oh, sorry. I guess you already do.
Hot diggity damn. This video is brought to you by viewers like you. Thank you. Be sure to subscribe and help get this video to 2,000 likes.
And I say, hey!
Mr. Ratburn's class is holding auditions for the school play. Arthur explains how every play before now has ended with someone beating the crap out of Francine, like when they reenacted George Washington cutting down a cherry tree, which never actually happened. And the time Francine played Isaac Newton getting head-bonked by an apple, which also never happened. Educational show my ass. Francine is hoping for a less dangerous role since she's already gotten her ass kicked 3 times within the first minute of the episode, though you'll wish it was more by the end of the episode. Mr. Ratburn asks his class what the play should be about.
Sue Ellen.
I don't want to do some girls' play.
Hey, no, bad. Sue Ellen suggests they put on a show about a bloodthirsty mucus monster, my kinda gal, while the brain practically begs Ratburn to let him make a rocket with his homemade rocket fuel. Look at that stack of notes he had on hand. Dude came to school with a plan. Thank God he's not the quiet kid.
All the other kids with a pumped up picture better run, better run.
Mr. Ratburn shuts down all their ideas and instead pitches his own play. If you were gonna do that all along, why the hell did you ask for suggestions? He suggests they do a play about Thomas Edison, even though none of his students, including the brain, have any idea who that is. Before auditions, all the kids ask Ratburn to give Francine the lead part, which no real theater kid would ever have the balls to do.
Could you give Francine a good part in the play? She's never had one.
What are you talking about? You said she was Isaac Newton in the last show. Who was the star of that play? Gravity? Surprise, surprise. Francine lands the role of Edison and it instantly goes to her head. She goes to the library to do research and is somehow shocked that Edison doesn't have his own section.
What does a man have to do to be considered important in this crummy library?
You are more than welcome to leave.
That night, Francine is fidgeting with the lights when she damn near gives her sister a seizure. She then checks out some of Edison's inventions and ends up ruining an expensive antique film camera.
Don't open it. You'll expose the film.
Over the next week, Francine goes full method as Edison by acting like an egotistical brat who takes credit for other people's hard work. She blows off her peers and insults her best friend directly to her face.
Without lights, you'd have to shop in the dark. Oh, sorry. I guess you already do.
Hot diggity damn. Francine grows cockier as she corrects her teacher in the middle of class and chews at her classmates during rehearsal for their inaccurate costumes.
You don't do it right. I'll uninvent you and then you won't be in my play at all.
Geez, where's a bucket of apples when you need one?
Ow!
The gang realize they've made a horrible mistake and come up with a plan to put Francine in her place. Buster is so upset that he momentarily switches bodies with the brain. Instead of asking Mr. Ratburn to intervene, the kids decide to confront Francine by themselves. Arthur tells Francine to quit acting like a total bitch. Francine responds by acting like a total bitch.
They're just jealous because they don't have my talent and winning personality.
The cast decides they've had enough of Francine's shit and decide to sabotage the show. During the dress rehearsal, the actors embarrass Francine on stage, shattering her fragile ego. Francine goes crying to Mr. Ratburn that everyone ruined her show. Arthur once again points out that Francine is not the boss of the show and she needs to cut the crap. Francine finally pulls her head out of her own ass and everyone forgives her, even though she never actually says the words, "I'm sorry." That night, the play goes off without a hitch. Francine thanks the cast during the curtain call, but can't resist the urge to also brag on herself.
They couldn't have done it without me either.
Shut up!
Also, can we talk about this crowd shot real quick? I get that animation is expensive and time consuming, but if you're gonna recycle characters for the crowd scenes, maybe don't put the star of the episode in the front row. Let's review. Francine got a swollen head after landing the lead part in the school play, a part she got not based on talent or merit, but solely out of pity from her teacher and friends. She became an overnight Edison fanatic, even though she clearly cherry-picked history to paint him in the best possible light. Cause if she had done any actual research, she would have realized Edison is a big fat phony. She micromanaged every aspect of the show and yelled at anyone who dared to stand in her way. And even after her friends called her out on her BS, she still couldn't stop herself from hogging the spotlight one last time. F you, Francine.
And I say, hey!
Hey, I have a Patreon. Sign up at patreon.com/mattneff to get your name in the thank you credits, along with early access to every FUDW and the chance to vote for future episodes. If there's a movie or show you'd like me to talk about, top-tier patrons can commission a review for my channel. Check out the link in the description to become an FUDW superfan.
And I say, hey, what a wonderful kind of day.